All right. So here's what we're going to do. We got a little treat for you here today. I don't know exactly what I'm watching here. I just heard this was a good game. It is on Team Glaciers, and we have our good friend here, EaterofAnts, who is playing as the Franks over here in the orange. I'm going to go ahead and EaterofAnts is on Dry Kids team. I think these are PC players because it's all the PC like rankings or whatever. But I do want to just change the name of something. So bear with me a second here because we are not doing the Legions League. We're doing an EaterofAnts special. Do that EOA Special. And we're going to call this the EaterofAnts team. And just for the other side, because I don't want to have to say Vipova, I'm going to go Victor Watch's team. Boom. All right. So this is on Team Glaciers, which I guess is one of the new maps. I've never played it. But we have a team kind of in the south. We have Jurchens over here. We have Move Soft as the Byzantines in the yellow. We have Dry Kids in the pink, purple. And then we have EaterofAnts here in the orange. It looks like there's kind of a... Let me zoom out a little bit. There's sort of a big old river separating this. I don't know if there's any places you can cross. I think you might need to make... some sort of navy to get across here, which is interesting. It's a very short crossing, though, so getting across shouldn't be too hard. There are these little islands here that have these Arctic wolves with a 3 attack on them. So that'll be fun. They seem to be protecting these middle islands. So you have Arctic wolves in the middle. You have gold in the middle. You have stone in the middle. Around the starting TCs, looks like there's kind of, standard 2 or even 3, maybe? There might be 3. There's 2 or 3. There's two golds because this is EaterofAnts gold here, EaterofAnts gold here. This is Dry Kids here, Dry Kids here. So we have a lot of different, You have your starting base, kind of standard. Off to the side here, some cliffs, some more wood. Wood seems like there's not a ton of it actually. I guess you're in the Arctic, so there's not a lot of, space for forests to grow. Now in the north, we have Victor Watch's team. Victor Watch consists of this guy playing as the Teutons, King John over here. We have our teal player. Colors are a little tough to see with the snow background. Like once you actually like if you're like at this distance, it's tough to really make out what's what. But that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. They also have outposts. It looks like. That's nice. I got to play this map. This looks like a cool map. I haven't played a lot of teams lately because my buddy Chris, who I was teaching how to play, has not been playing with me, and I'm trying not to play teams without him. I don't want my elo to go up, and then I have to bring it back down. Anyway, Victor Watch. We have the Khmer, the Bohemians, the Burmese, and the Teutons. The Teutons are on this side here. These guys, no slumps here, no slouches here. These are the elos for the PC ladder. So this is the team elo for PC, like 700, 600, 800, 900. Which for PC doesn't, only means so much, I guess. I think these were all PC players. I could be wrong. They could be console players, actually. I really don't know. Probably could have paid attention when I was looking at this game, but I was told on the Discord that this was a good game and I should watch it. And I'm waiting for the Legions League to play some more games here. And they're really letting me down. And they're not playing any games. And so I can't cast any new games because there's only been 22. And I've casted up to game 22. So we're going to have to wait. I do want to get like an update on that league, see what's going on, but to be honest, I don't know when it's going to finish, if these next games are going to happen. Hopefully they will. I was talking to Mr. Mazik, about maybe getting him on the channel here and maybe just doing some updates on what's going on, maybe getting some of the captains. So if anyone watching this wants to do that, just reach out to me or him, and we'll figure something out. I would like to get a little bit of an update. It's a cool league. It's a cool idea. I think they just have to play the games. I'm adjusting my microphone a little bit. All right. So 4v4s are super difficult to really pay attention to everything. So the only person I really know here is EaterofAnts, so I'm going to pay attention to her a little bit. We do have a mill on the berries. We got some cows. We got some farms going up. EaterofAnts playing as the Franks. And we do have some docks up as well. We dock from yellow. Like I said, this is a newer map, so they might not really know what the deal is. Yellow's going 2 docks, though, as the Byzantines. And I'm not seeing any more docks coming up from the southern team. The northern team has a dock up from the Bohemian player. Otherwise, I'm mostly just kind of getting up to fuel. I think it's going to be a cast. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how long this game is. I think it might be a pretty long game, though. I'm going to go 2x speed until something happens. I think that'll be a little bit better. We do have a barracks and a bunch of houses going up for red. Red is the Jurchens. Jurchen's one of the newer civs. They can do some cool things with the grenadiers. Yeah, so yellow is the only one really fishing, I think, down here. I don't see any other docks. In the north, you do have the green and teal, both with docks here. And we are at 2x speed. This is the beginning of a 4v4 with with a river separating them. We do have the scouts from the southern team together. So the scouts on auto scout will just get together and start like running together. Yeah, they're doing that up here too. You can see. Wow, how did this scout lose health? That's a story I'd like to know. Must have attacked something that didn't want to be attacked. Now yellow does have some transport ships, so we might have to slow this down. Yellow is got the transport ships. I'm not sure. Looks like they're not moving anything yet, but I would imagine you're gonna have at least a scout, if not more. This is interesting from this gray player here, the Teuton player, just building all of these kind of walls on the outside, so you can see if anyone's coming in. It's interesting. I'm not sure if that's better than just building a couple. Like you could build an outpost over here, you could build an outpost over here. But I guess you don't have to use stone. So that's good. The Arctic foxes are howling because they want to see some action here. Send them some trade in the north. So the northern team seems to have somewhat of a strategy. Southern team, EaterofAnts is building a transport ship here. I mean, there are a lot of fish, so like fishing definitely would make sense for either team. I don't know. You know, again, not everyone has played this. And we have a town center going up in the north and another market going up over here in the north. So there's going to be some pretty crazy trade routes in the north. And then looks like there's also markets going on in the south. I'm curious if they're going to trade to this corner or if they're going to trade just like edge to edge. It seems like edge to edge is the way to go. And a transport ship over here. And this is from Gray. Gray's in the north, so the southern team can see this. They do have a little bit of army there. I'm going to keep going 2x speed until I see a fight. Now, teal just marked on this side here, so I think teal is trying to think about making a move. Teal's in the north. Purple added some docks. A lot of late docks going up from the southern team. Northern team, so blue and teal are on water for sure. Green I don't see on water. Green's on water here, I take that back. And Gray's on water over here. So everyone in the north is on water for sure. And I'm not seeing too much sneaky happening. Do have a transport ship with 3 vills here. I'm going to keep going 2x speed until I see a fight, though. Looks like they're trying to kind of full wall up here on the north. And we have a sneaky castle going up from the Hindustani, from Dry Kids. And I think that they got in there without anyone seeing them. And they're also going to build barracks. Defensive castle going up here. I don't even know how, like, 4v4s are nuts to me. I don't even like 3v3s, really. Like, as far as playing them goes. Just because they get so out of control so fast. Now, Teal has some buildings on the right here. The only one who has gone to the other side, that I can see at least, is Purple. Let's see what EaterofAnts is doing here. EaterofAnts got a lot of farming going on, got a pretty good economy going on. 3 town centers here, 4 town centers. And we have a mark over here. So Gray's building a castle to kind of protect the northern base. And we have fights, we have fights. All right, normal speed. All right, so who came up over here? So Yellow came here. Yellow transported some army. I don't think Yellow's army is going to do a whole lot here. Hang on, I'm going to turn down my sound just so I can hear it a little bit better. There we go. I guess I could have just... I'm not going to explain my audio. I was going to explain it. All right, so that was a quick little fight. Yellow there was probably just more scouting than trying to actually attack. Teal notices this purple castle, though. And Purple just lost all of their vills trying to build a second castle. And it's at 97%. They're going to have to transport more vills there. For me, I mean, the castle's nice. I would have liked to maybe get a town center or get more villagers over there. That way you don't have to transport again. The tricky part here is transporting. I know 4v4 you have to boom. You know, you're not going to get any early damage that's going to do any real damage. But for me, strategy-wise, I'm trying to get villagers on the other side as early as possible so I don't have to worry about it later. These are those grenadiers. Love grenadiers. Early grenadiers is one of the funnest, cheesiest strats. Grenadiers are killing themselves. Most of their damage have been from themselves. So these are Gray's barracks here. So Gray actually has how many barracks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 barracks on the south here. So that's nuts. So Gray actually did exactly what I said that they need to do. Red's gonna need a little bit of help defending this. Grenadiers are very good, but you do have to mass them. They have at least four production buildings there. And Orange transported some knights, and now they're building some forward stables. And Green's trying to deal with that right away. The thing about these transport ships is it's such a short distance to go that you can just, quickly get there. Like, it's tough to deny transport ships unless you just have castles all along the shore. And we have some Ghulams over here from our Hindustani player. EaterofAnts, you are the reason we are here, so I want to see some action out of you. Let's get something going. Nice boom going from EaterofAnts, though. EaterofAnts had 114 vills, 7 knights. Where are the knights? The knights are trying to help out in the north. So EaterofAnts docked over here and is the one that built the forward stable here. But Green has a Treb out trying to take out this forward stable. Meanwhile, we have Grenadiers versus, are these longswords? These are longswords. Yeah, I mean, that's enough grenadiers to deal with whatever comes out here. Just come over here, you know, what do you call it on PC? I don't know what you call it, but you hit X on Xbox. Just kill the buildings. As the units come out, you'll kill them. Deal with that. Purple going for another castle. Finish this castle. Taking out a siege workshop as well. I'd like to see the southern team get rid of all these guys here. And I don't know how yellow got back here to build this barracks, but the barracks is done. So southern team is making progress. Now the only thing, yellow is sending these longswords over here, but these grenadiers are gonna kill these longswords. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful when you have grenadiers around. The Jurchens take less friendly fire because of this, but I don't think their teammates do. So Teal setting up some defensive buildings here. So once this is dealt with, I don't think there's any more buildings from the northern team to the south. And it's interesting. These Ghulams are here, and this trade's going like right in front of them, and they're not killing the trade, which they could be. Now blue is killing some Arctic foxes over here, with looks like they're leftover spearmen from earlier in the game. And okay, red has pretty much dealt with this on the left side. So we have a castle going up from blue in the middle. Controlling this middle will be nice, but I think as long as you have your trade, you know, you're gonna have all the gold you're gonna need. And if you lose your trade, you pretty much lose the game, I would imagine. But definitely the southern team has the advantage of having units up here already. But it is only one player. It's only purple, so if everyone on the north decides to go attack, they'll take that out pretty quick. I mean, you got to make some crazy defenses here to deal with, to prevent being raided, because it's just so easy. Look how far you have to go with your transport ship from here to here, here to here. Oh, I don't know where I clicked. But yeah, you just have to go literally like 3 tiles away. And Trebs are out for purple, trying to deal with these Trebs. Ghulams are chasing some of the trade, so that's very, very good for the southern team here. Score is almost exactly the same, 5,900. And these Trebs are like perfectly positioned within Castle Fire. And they should possibly take out this Treb. We have elite war wagons though, or Hussite wagons, I mean not war wagons. I wish there were war wagons. Anyone Koreans? I love Koreans. No Koreans here. I'm not seeing any Navy. I see a lot of transport ships and fish, but no actual Navy ships, which I'm surprised by that a little bit. I think the Navy would be able to kind of control your shore a little bit. At least have one player make Navy, maybe. I mean, you have 4 players, so you figure 3 defending, 1 Navy. As long as the other teams aren't going Navy to the side. But I don't think these are super high elo. I know EaterofAnts is like 1,200 or so 1v1 controller. And I think she's the highest elo on her team, so these are probably all, you know. Well, I guess we're like 600, 900, 700. Yeah, that's like computer PC elo for teams. Which could explain a little bit of the lack of, I guess, speed on this game, if you will. Now, these are fully upgraded Paladin from EaterofAnts. Frank Paladin coming in Take out the house site wagons, take out the treads, take out the bombard cannons. So, I mean, the Paladin are doing what they have to do, but they didn't kill this Treb. And they are mostly going to die to these. These are just pikemen, too. These aren't even halberdiers. For being just pikemen, they actually did a lot of work to those Paladin. I thought those were more. I think EaterofAnts needs to send some vills here and get some stables up, though. I'd like to see that. Oh, that I spoke too soon. There are some stables here. Keep building them. You want to on this map. You want to take the fight to the other side. Okay, and we do have some cannon galleons from who else? EaterofAnts. Cannon galleons could be really, really good in this situation. But blue over here has some more galleys, so we do have some navy coming out. I like the little navy fights. I think the navy fights are going to be good. I gotta listen to a message here. Don't listen to it.
What's up, Brody? How's it going, brother? Over here it's raining pretty bad, bro. It's like a storm. Yeah, and remember that the end of the shift is at 6 p.m. Right? I'm able to earlier. Let me see how. Yeah. So we have what?
All right, sorry about that. So I'm playing basketball tonight. I got to pick my buddy up. I don't know if I'm going to pick him up or if he's going to come to me. So that was that message was about. Back to the action, shall we? I like the position from the southern team here. I think the northern team needs to get some presence onto the south here. You don't want to keep just transporting your units. Let's see what these cannon galleons are up to. So a little late navy came out for both sides here. I think navy's going to be very important. I think if you can control the water here, controlling the land is going to be a whole lot easier. Let's see what happens with this fight. What's the numbers here? We have 14-9. Looks like blue is crushing. There's also war galleys versus galleons, so big difference.
Sorry, I'll be able to take it tonight. I have a couple of things I
But yellow does have the production buildings here, but you really don't want to go war galleys against galleons. It's just not a winning fight. There's a droman, kind of being mixed in here. Maybe get a castle up on this hill. Be really, really nice. Let's check out what's going on over here. We got the Hussites and Paladins going on. The problem is the Paladin are going to lose to these. Are these still pikes? They might not get halberdiers. Who is blue? Khmer? Do Khmer not get halberdier? Let's take a look real quick. Infantry. Yeah, they get them. As far as I can tell. Yeah, they get halberdier. So they might want to get them. But I need another comp though. You can't have just Paladin though. You need Paladin and something to kill the halbs. But that's a lot of Hussite wagons. That's how many bomber cannons here? About 5 or 6. So I can click them. Can I click them? Can I click them? Yeah, I'm not a computer player. I don't click good. That's hard when they're moving. 7 bombard cannons. We have some skirmishers from EaterofAnts to try to deal with those halbs / pikes. But EaterofAnts spent a lot of gold. A lot of gold. Let me bring up the, let's see what's going on over here. Let me bring up the res. I think red's going to be important. So gold right now, yeah, EaterofAnts is sitting on 634 on gold. Probably mostly trade cards, I would imagine. Not sure. So I thought that the team in the south had a good advantage going, but now I'm really giving the advantage to the team in the north. The team in the north is they pushed most of this back. They're trebbing down whatever buildings are left over. They have the bomber cannons. They have the Hussite wagons. I don't see the team in the south being able to make a move here. These villagers are looking for a transport ship that I don't think is coming. And on this side, they're getting pushed. Yellow's coming in to deal with this. Are these longswords still or two-handed swordsmen? I can't click on anything. Longswords and elite skirmishers. So longswords are going to clear that up pretty easily. But we do have some villagers here from Gray as well. And Blue's Navy is wrecking over here. So let me just think about what every player's doing right now. So Yellow has to deal with this aggression right on their face. I mean, Red does. Red has to deal with this aggression right on their face. Yellow's helping Red. Over here, EaterofAnts was up here with Purple. They were both up here trying to get to the other side. Neither one has any buildings left on the north. There's no buildings on the north, on the right side in the south here. It looks like this is going to get cleared up. But we got a lot of archery range. 10 archery ranges here from Gray. And now EaterofAnts is over here with her Paladin trying to deal with these skirmishers coming out. That should be dealt with. Maybe a little bit of siege mixed in here. We'll take out all of these archery ranges. But even the Paladin will take out these buildings pretty, in time. And we got another Navy battle. This is what I like and don't like about these big team games. Is like there's so much going on. Oh, and Blue's cannon. Yeah, this is why you don't listen. If you're on controller, you don't pick with. If you're on Xbox, don't pick with A. You gotta choose X. You gotta. If you're attacking a building, you gotta hit X because when someone else comes, then they'll shoot at them. All those cannon galleons went down for no reason. I mean, good on you, Southern team, but you like to see you play. Now, Teal is transporting to the south. Hussite wagons are coming in, and EaterofAnts is over here dealing with these archery ranges. But now these archery ranges are taken care of, can bring her army back. That's a lot of pressure right on your face. And the bomber cannons are there, too. And there's more waiting to come down. Where's the Paladin? Where's the Paladin? Where are the Paladin? There they are. They got to go far. In 4v4s, this map is huge. They got to come all the way across the map. I was just going to say I'd love to see, 10 villas build a castle over here. But actually, they really should build a castle over here, right in the trade, right in those markets. They might not want to risk it yet, but that's the move. Now the Paladin coming in, they're going to try to clear up these Hussite wagons. Hussite wagons are tough. They got bomber cannons behind. They got some Paladin of their own, it looks like. Or Cavalier. If that castle goes up and these buildings go up, that's going to be a big problem. One market went down. But Ants's Paladins are holding up. They're doing what they got to do, and that's an expensive loss if you lose all those bomber cannons. House light wagons aren't cheap either. Multiple markets have gone up / are up for the southern team here. Check out what's going on the left side. Wow, we got those heavy scorps, heavy scorpions, siege. Those are onagers, but almost siege onagers possibly. That's a tough push. And right here with grenadiers. Grenadiers aren't particularly great in Imperial Age. They're very good in Castle Age, but in Imp, they're dropping like flies over here. Yeah, it's not the unit that you really want. Yeah, they just drop them like flies. All right, so our southern team is getting absolutely wrecked. If there's anything good, I mean, there's a bit of a navy at least. And the northern team, at least blue, not the whole northern team, but at least blue is taking all the gold in the middle. So if you lose your trade, that gold in the middle is going to be important. And blue has a big army. 23 galleons over here. And I don't know how they can pay attention to this and these raids. But the Paladin clear it out. The Paladin are holding. EaterofAnts. I'm sorry I missed that, but it looks like that was a heck of a pushback. I don't know if they got on the transport ship and went back. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they maybe died. This Paladin have 79 kills between them. That's a lot of kills. And the castle's down. The buildings never went up. They still have the foundations there. All right, so the right side is back in control of EaterofAnts. Left side making progress. Our northern team's making progress to the right side here. Pushing forward, building castles. I mean, it's a lot of siege. I think you throw enough Paladin at that, you'll take it all out. But you can't trickle them in like this. These are cataphracts going in 2 by 2, 1 by 1. That's not going to do it. Oh, I love it. Let's just set the waypoint over here and hope for the best. And the EaterofAnts going for one. These horses are getting their steps in today. That's for sure. And blue is just focused on navy. But blue focusing on navy, I think, is actually in some ways hurting them because the push from the north to the south on the right hand side is just not making any traction. All right, now the Paladin from EaterofAnts come in. These Paladin, I mean, I can't imagine they're not going to be able to clear this out, but are they going to take a lot of losses? EaterofAnts sitting on 4,000 gold. Wow, that's not that much. Green is sitting on 15,000 gold. What is green making or not making? And Paladin come in. They're going to take out most of these. Paladin and the cataphracts are here. But we have a castle. Oh, I like this on the back side. Yellow. Yellow with the Dromons. And there's a castle up here. I don't know if you want to necessarily fight that with the Paladin here. I think you want to get some siege to take care of that. But it looks like it's kind of cleared up on the left side now. And the right side's cleared up. And the southern team is taking the water. Now, green has some galleons here. Green is... not sure. Green is getting a castle up right here. Green is sitting on like 10 times more gold. Green is the top 0.1%. That's not sharing the wealth with the rest. Green is sitting on 17,000 gold. And green has 1 scout, 2 halbs, and 70 villagers. Green is saving up for the end, I think. Green is Burmese, so I mean, Green could, in theory, get some maybe elephant archers or something going on. I like these trade cards with the camels. Those are cool. Little Hindustani trade card. All right, this Navy fight I think is going to be important. Teal is getting on the action with some galleons. Purple's in on the action. Yellow's in on the action. So it's really purple and yellow versus blue and teal. But this castle did go down. That opens up the center a little bit. And I thought maybe we had someone docking over here, but it doesn't look like it. Or transporting. Now the halberdiers are here to deal with the Paladin in case they either come in or if they want to make another landing on the southern shores. Now green here with some galleon. Now green is the one that can really do damage here. If green wants to start massing up some navy. And there's still a castle here from the north, from Gray. It looks like EaterofAnts is going to run in with these Paladin and try to just take out the castle. Just deal with it once and for all. Or maybe not. Maybe they are just running to go after the siege workshop. Probably makes more sense. And then there's one Treb here. Treb's like in the middle of 3 siege workshops. It's like in its own little area. Alright, this castle's going to go down. There's a lot of space over here. The trade looks like it's going to this corner now. They abandoned this corner for the trade. For better or worse. Yeah, I think it makes more sense to trade to the corner and back, just because there's just more space. There's not all your buildings in the way. And there's still some barracks over here from, who's this, Gray? Yeah, Gray has some barracks left over. But the water, the Navy, if the Southern gets the South gets the Navy lead, which it looks like they have right now. You know, blue's out of gold. Green is sitting on 18,000 food and 18,000 gold. No one else has more than 4,000, 1,500, 180 for green. Yeah, so blue can't make anything more. These guys clearly are not talking to each other because blue just needs to say, hey, give me some of that gold, bro. Give me some of that gold and I'll give you the win. But blue only has 7 trade cards. That's really what's hurting them. The 7 trade cards from blue is bad. Now, some trade going on in the corner here too. So I want to say when the southern team's going to try to dock, try to land on the northern team. It seems like that can happen right now. They've pretty much won the water. Blue's making whatever, a couple galleons here and there, but that's not going to be enough. Right now, kind of at a reset. Kind of at a reset. We've got imp camels and villagers coming in from purple, docking the shore here. I might not realize that it's like so wide open here. They haven't been there in a long time. And yeah, it looks like the blue just ran out of gold. And green is not spending their gold. Has plenty, though. I was told this game had twists and turns and ups and downs, and you couldn't really tell what was going to happen. And I'd say it delivered. I did not know when the southern team was surrounded on both sides. I was sure the northern team was going to win this. But I think, honestly, not to pick on Hunter's Crackpipe, which is an amazing name, I think green might just be a little inexperienced in this kind of a setting. And, I mean, green, now that I say that, green has a castle here, has a stable here, has like 10 Cavalier in queue out of this one stable. But they just lost their navy. Paladin are here to push that back as well. One Cavalier coming at a time is not going to do much. But the Halberdier? Blue's Halberdier are just killed all the Imperial camels. Cannon galleons from EaterofAnts. Nice. Once these castles go up, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to not win this game, I would say, for the southern team. As I say that, though, teal comes in. Teal comes in backing up green. I don't think... Does green have any villagers here? Yeah, green has some villagers here. Villagers need to build new stables. They're trying to repair this one stable while it's getting trebbed, I think. I don't know where that treb is. I swore I saw it getting trebbed, but maybe not. But they just need to build more stables, these guys. But Paladin can come in. They're going to clear out these Cavalier. They're going to clear out these villagers. They're probably going to clear out this castle. And EaterofAnts villagers are running right underneath this castle. Teal is here with the navy, big navy. 20 Paladin here. Well, they get this castle before they all die to these ships, though. Down to 17 now. I don't think they can get this castle. Yeah, they could have waited for the trebs, EaterofAnts, but good work. But purple has made some progress here. 3 castles, got some imp camels, and building some archery ranges here. Again, gold is picking up in the south here. EaterofAnts has 10k. But now Teal's winning the navy battle. Teal's clearing out these docks. Green has trebuchets here that can't really be attacked. I don't even know where the trebuchets came. They must have gotten transported here. Yeah, they got transported. They were all inside the castle. And the castle did go down, but the Teal's navy here is holding. But the only problem with that is you can hold this area, but you have to build more buildings. And this push coming from the right side is going to really mess up Teal, because Teal has a lot of buildings here. Blue has all their town centers here, and then green is right behind it. So once they make this push on this side, and EaterofAnts is here as well. So we have 2 players from the south pushing the north. Those are still Paladin. You still have a lot of gold units there. Yellow trying to come here and clear out this Teal navy, which looks like they're doing successfully. Another fight going on over here. Dude, Gray is kind of a sneaky little player, because Gray keeps like just adding buildings onto that shore there when Red's not looking. But yeah, I mean, this push has got to be the winning push right here, though. Yeah, it's just way too much. Yep, and Gray just quit. I'm not sure why Gray quit. Gray was trying to do something over here, but didn't like what they saw, I guess. Is Gray gonna really like have to quit? Like, I mean, this is kind of, in my opinion, a foregone conclusion of who's gonna win this, but wow, holy trebs. 16 trebs from pink here, purple. That is an excessive amount of trebs. That is like more trebs than one person could ever need for 3 games. That's insane. But yeah, they're gonna clear out all this. And did the Paladin get killed out? I think the Paladin might have gotten killed out. Not a lot protecting these trebs though. 18 trebs and not a Paladin, not an Imp Camel, not a Skirmisher. We got more trebs coming out though. These trebs need to... This is like heartbreaking. 18 trebs. Now 11 trebs. Now 8 trebs. Now 5 trebs. Now 4. Now 3. Now 2. There's 1 treb remains out of 18. I have no words for that. I have no words for that. Moment of silence for those trebs. Just a moment of silence. That's all I can say. And yellow clearing up more navy. EaterofAnts, where is your army? 18 Paladin over here. 58 Paladin on the field, though. I guess these are dead. It says 147 Paladin in queue. Is that a capture rage bug? Be honest with me. No, there's 147 Paladin in queue. And 60 on the field for EaterofAnts. I can't say I've ever had 147 Paladin in queue in my entire life. And this yellow navy is in a terrible choke point. Got a handful of bomber cannons from Teal, so they just need to mass up some army here and then push with the trebs and the siege. They need to get a little bit more organized. These bomber cannons are very vulnerable to these Ghulams, though. Ghulams are getting a little distracted by the halberdiers. These halberdiers are just going to keep coming, so they got to target down the bombards. But once these Paladin get involved, I mean, you have 100. There's 197 Paladin in queue right now. That is just insanity. EaterofAnts, go kill off some of your Paladin here. Where are they? So this has got to be. This is like a bug or something, right? So there's 14 here, and then it shows these that are like dead, I guess. So that's like a bug. I don't know what's going on there. It says there's 197 in queue, so I'm at a loss. But I can't imagine EaterofAnts has that much gold. But I guess she did. What a game. Yeah, it didn't EaterofAnts had 13k gold. It didn't disappoint. It did not disappoint. 346 Paladin made from EaterofAnts team. Let's let's take a quick look at some of these stats here. I'm curious about them. The military, EaterofAnts, 716 kills, 478 deaths. If you look at the Southern team that won, actually like lost a lot of their buildings. They didn't really destroy a lot of buildings, but I think it was inevitable. Those 18 trebuchets going down. Oh, what was that? The matter of 30 seconds, 18 trebuchets going down. I'm glad I got to watch that. You know, I wouldn't want to live my life without seeing that. EaterofAnts with the massive res collected, 70,000 gold from trade mostly, I would imagine. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see. So green actually sent 36,000 resources. So it must have been towards the end because they were holding on to it for a long time. For a very, 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 very long time. Very nice, very nice, very nice. All right, I'm gonna say that was a good game, fun to watch. Thanks for the recommendation. I'll throw the Discord link in the description here for anyone who wants to send any games on the Discord. Just let me know, and I'll do it. See ya.